This is Hooked On Media, your SEO and PPC specialist delivering winning results for businesses online. Prepare for industry intelligence, your exclusive insights, and top tips are here.
Hello, Stewart.
Hello there. Hi.
Nice to see you. Thank you for joining this podcast all about Black Friday. Fast approaching. Thought we'd give our followers, audience, a bit of an insight into this pivotal day in the retail calendar. We've worked on many Black Friday campaigns and really just wanted to highlight that it's not necessarily relevant just for an e-commerce business, but also a business who might be selling different services as well. So it's 24th of November. And then obviously you've got Cyber Monday, which we could maybe touch on, which is the Monday following. So without further ado, I could kick off by introducing yourself, Stewart. So MD at HookedOnMedia, PPC specialist, amongst other things.
So, it is an exciting topic. It's a key day of the year for sales and promotion and driving new business, really, for anyone online. With Black Friday, I think the key is you really need to have all your ducks in a row. So to plan early and not on the day or the day before, for example. If we look at ads, just as an example, ad copy can take a while to get approved. So if you're writing ads online, maybe the Google ads or Facebook ads, if you're getting those together the day before, they can go into a review process with, say, Google or Facebook, and you can find yourself without any ads on Black Friday. That's a key one. Yeah, in terms of prep, you've got the website itself, banners on the website to explain, your Black Friday deals, your promotions.
I've noticed that quite a few of the main contenders, there's quite a drum up to Black Friday's coming soon. So again, would you suggest maybe putting some visuals on your website even prior to November?
Yeah, 100%. So to build up that awareness, you might find if you're an e-commerce seller that if you've got higher value products, you might see a decline or reducing in those sales prior to Black Friday as people are holding back. So if people are looking around at those products, you can get some message on the site to explain that, you're going to have a deal coming up to sort of pre-warn them.
And that's kind of a pre-warning that, like you said, prior to Black Friday, if there's a dip that you're seeing in your analytics, still traffic increasing, but lower conversion rates and things prior to Black Friday, or even the month of November might be evident.
Yeah, and that's why you then want to capitalize on Black Friday to make sure you make up for that reduction. So, you need to make sure, stock levels, if it's e-commerce, for example, are what they need to be, and that you're building some awareness prior to the event. One, to get into the user's mind that you've got a promotion coming up, and from a more technical point of view, if you can build up retargeting lists of people who've been on your site in the weeks before Black Friday, so that on Black Friday, you're retargeting to them via display ads, for example, so they can see visual ads that are, eye-catching, that explain the great offers that you've got on the day.
So it takes a couple of weeks to capture that retargeting audience, would you say? So kind of gathering that information in at the beginning of November, or?
Yeah, retargeting lists, for example, could be like a 180-day retargeting list. So you kind of want to target the kind of fresh people that have been looking. But saying that, you can segment your longer term visitors and run certain ads against them, and maybe segment people who've been looking at your site more recently and maybe bid higher on those people because, they've expressed an interest but haven't bought for some reason, and it might be price.
They're worthy of more budget.
Yeah, increase your bids on whether it's that's if you're running ad campaigns. So increase your bids on Google ads or Facebook ads, for example. And if you're running smart bidding, increase the targets for those campaigns for those audiences on Black Friday.
So you'd recommend writing your ads in advance. Is there any key messaging? You're the master of paid ads and the anatomy and getting that kind of click through. Is there some key messaging or key tone of voice, especially for deals? You see deals being thrown at you all the time, and it's definitely got that particular tone to it.
100%. So Black Friday it's chaotic. It's a busy day. So you really need to have clear, concise ad copy about the offers themselves. So it's not necessarily a time for over creative copy. You need to stand out, but you need to make sure the ad is relevant. So you've got the offer in the title, 30% off, for example, Black Friday in the title. So you've already used up character space. And obviously you're limited with character space when you're running ads. And then maybe in the description, you can get a bit more creative. But the key thing is to get across the offer because it is an offer day. So that's one thing. And then the other would be if you're running display ads, so more like banner ads, that type of thing, you really want to try and cut through the noise and have some kind of static banners. What I mean by that is you can have a dynamic banner. So the ad platforms allow you to create dynamic banners whereby you upload, say, all the images of your business or products, logos, etc. And the ad platform will create a dynamic banner based on the content you've supplied, and that would fit on like any device. Okay, so that can work really well. But with a design static banner, you have more control over the design and the layout and the messaging in terms of how it comes across visually. So that would be a tip or recommendation for Black Friday, is to have some nice professional looking standout offer banners to really try and cut through the noise. But it's all about putting in the effort. So not relying on your existing ads you've run to date, really think about it, plan ahead, create some bespoke ads. And there are automations you can do. So for example, you can tag your current ads and then you can tag your promotional ads that you've pre-created and then set up rules that will put your promotional ads live for you, say on the morning of Black Friday, and turn off or pause your everyday ads. So although you're doing like a lot of legwork to create bespoke ad copy, bespoke designs for Black Friday, there is a level of automation that you can employ to turn off or pause your old ads, your everyday ads, and then live your Black Friday ads, and then also do the opposite when Black Friday's over. So you paused your Black Friday promotion ads, which is really handy.
Handy for very busy businesses and yeah.
Well, yeah, and large product inventories. So if you've got thousands of products, that's a quick way to tag all of your products and just set a rule up. Anything with this tag, pause at this time. Anything with this tag, put live.
Wow, that is really good advice, yeah.
I would say, just on that, another thing to do that not many people are aware of is an advanced field of a Google ad. So that's where you can set up things like a countdown timer, which is hugely relevant to Black Friday. So you can write an ad and have a countdown timer to a certain date. So you'd put in Black Friday as a date. And then in the title of the ad, you could say, our discount deals are coming in 5 days, 4 days, 3 days, and it counts down automatically to the day. That's one thing with a countdown timer. Another one would be an inventory counter. So you can link up your business data to the ad platform in terms of how many items you've got left. So if you're selling like a GoPro Hero Black, 30 left at this price, and then you'll automatically be updating how many are left as they deplete in the ad, which gets across scarcity and a sense of urgency for the customer to buy. They take time and perhaps a bit of knowledge to understand and how to implement, but are hugely effective if you get it right.
Great. So the next question really about bidding in the duration from, say, your ads are live. How would you recommend really going through your bid planning? How would you do that leading up to the event on the actual day?
That's a big subject in itself. So with an ad platform like Google Ads or Facebook Ads, you set daily budgets, you set your bidding strategy, whether that's a smart bidding strategy where you're saying, drive the most amount of sales you can, you're telling the system to drive the most amount of sales you can, or you're manually bidding per keyword as an example. So, how do you approach it? If you're smart bidding, that's where you tell the system you want the most amount of sales that it can bring in for the budget. Or you might say, I want X amount of revenue return per ad spend. You can set those limits up.
Would you say that's the entry level of what businesses might do if they're maybe saying using Google Ads for the first time, or they're at that kind of first level of it, the automated kind of bidding?
Automated to a degree. So the thing is with conversion campaigns or revenue campaigns where you're saying, bring me the most amount of conversions or bring me the most amount of revenue, you need 100% correct tracking in place. So the system will feed off the revenue that's being recorded. So although your website's recording the amount of revenue, is Google Ads or Facebook ads getting that revenue?
So if there's a blip in the tracking, wasted ad spend?
Yeah, wasted ad spend, or you're giving it incorrect data. For somebody just starting out, that can be quite daunting to get the tracking code onto the website, into the e-commerce platform, and so on. So,
how big a job is that?
For a developer, it's not a big job, dependent on the website itself. So,
but you're essentially tagging every single product, or
you normally put it on the shopping cart itself. So when somebody fills out, what they want to buy, the tracking code or pixel will extract the revenue from the shopping cart and feed that back into Google Ads, Facebook ads. And the ad platform will work out, okay, we spent X amount of money and had X amount of return. Is that within the strategy that, the advertiser is set? That's how that would work. But if that's not set up, if you are just entry level, you might start out on a maximum clicks or maximum impression share strategy. So you're telling the system to drive you the most amount of visitors, clicks for the budget, get your tracking in place, and then switch to a conversion or revenue campaign strategy. The thing with Black Friday is you kind of want to have all that done and tested prior to Black Friday so that you're completely set up, you know what you're doing, that you know the system works, so you're already profitable before Black Friday. I've made your decisions before Black Friday about what bidding strategy you're going to take. And the caveat with bidding strategies is when you make a major change, they go into a learning period where Google or Facebook will put the ad out to different audiences and test how they work. It's learning which ones are going to bring in the most sales or inquiries. And that is a learning period. So you might not get optimum data during that period, optimum results in that period, because it's learning. And then it figures out, okay, this audience, perhaps people on desktops for your business, they're more serious about booking a holiday or rather than being on a mobile phone. So they'll put ads more out to people on a desktop, given the data that it receives.
And how long is the learning phase?
Yeah, it can be.
Varies.
Maybe 50 conversions, Facebook ads, 30 conversions in 30 days for a Google ads. Depends how much budget you've got. If you're spending thousands a day, then it will learn quicker. And if you're spending less a day, then it will take longer. So although you can set up a bid strategy up for Black Friday, you don't want to be making too many sort of minor tweaks on the day. Otherwise, you'll keep putting it into a learning period. Important to get the system working. Conversely, once you see something's working, like your campaign is bringing really good revenue on Black Friday, you might want to double the budget, and that would be fine because it's working. So sort of those minor tweaks like changing an audience or adding in a customer list just keeps putting it back into learning.
So I think most people are probably aware that you're a PPC expert, giving us loads of amazing insights into the tools, and it's really fascinating about understanding the different strategies in Google Ads and which one to use and test first. So you've probably seen some good examples of Black Friday advertising, some pretty ugly versions. Generally just speaking, what would be some negative ways of using Black Friday promotion?
Okay, so one of the probably more obvious ones is the synergy between the ad and the website. So you could have bespoke ad copy that really gets across you've got a Black Friday deal, and then when you visit the website, you can't find the deal, so you've just lost that visitor straight away. The landing page experience isn't relevant. So that would be a bad experience. So it's really important to tie the two together. If it's a particular product in the ad, make sure they're landing on that particular product page. And then people are doing it really well on their landing pages can get across all the other offers they've got happening. And that might be in the form of a banner, perhaps on the header of the page or just within the content itself. Poor experiences would be a highly promotional ad, but a highly unpromotional website.
And would you suggest marking up a current page or having a bespoke landing page? Or I suppose you could A/B split test. Do you think that there's time for that?
That's the problem. So there isn't a lot of time potentially for split testing. But with ads, you can set the destination of the ad, the destination URL, the destination page. So you can have a bespoke page that you could have built previously that really focuses on your offer or promotion. I think we've talked a lot about sort of e-commerce products, but the same applies to any business that are bringing in leads or inquiries. So you could have a bespoke page if you're selling hot tubs, for example. You could have a Black Friday hot tub page with all your top tubs that have got the best deals on and land people direct into that page, which should give you the best return for the money without needing to split test potentially.
Yeah.
I just thought of something else actually about we talked about the countdown timer in the ads. Well, it's in my mind on Google Ads, for example, you can add in promotion extensions under the ad where when you Google something, you see the title, description lines of an ad, but underneath as an advertiser, you can add in promotions that you're running 20% off X, whatever the monetary value is of X. So they're really useful for Black Friday. So another key one, promotion extensions. The caveat with them is you need a landing page that has the promotion on them. So if you're saying 20% off widgets, then you need a widget page that has got the 20% offer on it so that you're not being disingenuous in your ad copy. So Google checks.
Yeah, I was going to say, so you'll get that kind of penalty or it just won't go live. Okay.
Won't display, you'll be refused. Yeah.
And that can just be written copy saying, the 20% off, or has it got to be something that happens in the cart?
Written copy on the page.
So not necessarily a bespoke landing page, but just making sure that offer is
in the page. Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll basically add the promotion extension, which says 20% off blue widgets, and then it will ask for a verification URL page.
So now we need to completely duplicate the exact copy, or is it smarter than that in that it can be?
You'll need to say 20% off blue widgets somewhere on the page and it will find it. It doesn't have to be exact.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Stewart, for all your insights. Yeah, humanizing the technicalities of bid optimization, the different strategies that you can use on Google Ads for Black Friday. Personally, I think the main takeout from this is actually being really organized with your time, not leaving it to the last minute. So yeah, hopefully this has been really helpful to all our listeners, and thanks very much for joining the podcast. We might have people who have more burning questions, which obviously they can email us. Is there anything else from you, Stewart?
It's quite a big subject, isn't it? So I think that covers most things. Any other questions, you can ask them in the comments. Hopefully we've covered a lot of bases. The key thing is to plan ahead with Black Friday. It's a big day. Make the most of it and get everything lined up. But no, thank you for the time and great to talk.
Yeah, brilliant. Thanks, Stewart.
Great. Thank you.